you need to be true with yourself. At some point, this is gonna end, and I have other things to do. That's the best thing. I have other things to do, and but I'm gonna enjoy the last 2 3 years for being here in boxing, and then we'll see.
Canelo, but they do make weight classes for a reason. Canelo is still very strong. He's a good body puncher, and he's a bigger guy naturally. So that does bring a bit of a risk to the table.
Giants like, oh, he ain't got no power. He don't knock out Bud. He's going to lose. What makes you say that? Well, he's been winning by decision without knocking out people. He has the highest fight IQ than everybody.
Canelo Alvarez has stunned fans by admitting that if he loses to Terence Crawford, he may walk away from boxing. The Mexican superstar explained that every career eventually reaches its end, and he is already preparing himself for that moment. While still determined to enjoy the final years of his journey inside the ring, Canelo revealed that his future focus will be on family and personal goals once his legendary fighting career draws to a close.
Retirement on anyone or speak about retirement when they're not ready, but has retirement ever crossed your mind? Have you ever thought about that?
I always say like 37 is good time to go. And it's not because I can't be in the boxing anymore but you know, sometimes you need to do something else. So I'm being in October I turned 20 years as a professional fighter. So it's meant
A long time.
a lot of years. So, but we'll see, we'll see.
You're the face of boxing and you've been professional for 20 years. Does fear of kind of walking away ever weigh on you, because boxing is so your identity? Does the thought of walking away and losing that part of yourself make you want to stay in the game for longer?
No, I think I do boxing give me so much. You need to be true with yourself. At some point, this is gonna end, and I have other things to do. That's the best thing. I have other things to do, and but I'm gonna enjoy the last 2 3 years for being here in boxing, and then we'll see.
Canelo Alvarez has strongly hinted that his upcoming showdown with Terence Crawford could be the final chapter of his iconic career. In recent interviews, the Mexican superstar has suggested that retirement may soon be approaching, signaling that his time in the sport is drawing to a close. Having conquered multiple weight divisions, captured numerous world titles, and battled some of the toughest opponents of his generation, Canelo has nothing left to prove. This looming possibility of retirement raises the stakes even higher, as fans now view the clash with Crawford not just as a massive super fight, but potentially as Canelo's ultimate farewell to the ring.
Boxing Doctor News, hold on to your gloves. Fight fans, Canelo Alvarez is gearing up for a blockbuster bout against Terence Crawford this September. The undisputed super middleweight champ is making history as the first ever two-time undisputed king at 168. But here's the real knockout. Canelo's hinting at hanging up his gloves soon. He's giving himself just 3 more years in the ring, aiming to retire at 37. Why? Because he wants to leave on his own terms, not when boxing tells him to. And get this, he's not doing it for money or legacy. It's all about the love of the sport. But before he calls it quits, we might see him face off against David Benavidez or even Jake Paul. Who do you think Canelo should fight next? Drop your predictions in the comments.
Canelo Alvarez has revealed that he is seriously considering retiring from boxing by the end of the year. Having achieved all his goals, including becoming a multi-division champion and cementing his place among the greatest fighters of his era, Canelo feels fulfilled in the sport. With his legacy secured, he now wants to prioritize family and personal happiness. This admission has sparked speculation that, win or lose against Terence Crawford, his career as an active fighter may already be approaching its final chapter.
Well, it looks like it's the end of an era. Canelo Alvarez spoke about his retirement plans and has confirmed that the end is near and that his time inside the ring is coming to an end relatively soon. Canelo Alvarez said that he is now in the stage wherein he's also thinking a lot about how he wants to focus as well as enjoy the fruits of his labor, not just for himself, but for his family as well. The Mexican fighter who made his professional boxing debut at the age of 15 years old and has been professionally fighting for almost 20 years now said the following, and I quote, "From the age of 28 to 29, this is the age where I have felt best. I've always said that 37 years old is a good age to enjoy what I have done with my family, other things in my career, and that's what I say." But I said I would debut at 18, and I did it at 15. End of quote. Now,
During a spirited discussion, Simon Jordan, Paulie Malignaggi, and Roy Jones Jr. hailed Canelo Alvarez as a true powerhouse in his natural weight class. They highlighted his remarkable combination of size, experience, and knockout power, which has cemented his legendary status at super middleweight. The panel examined how the size and strength difference could heavily influence his bout against Terence Crawford, who is moving up in weight. While Crawford's skill and adaptability are acknowledged, the experts agree that Canelo's physical advantages and durability make him an exceptionally tough challenge for anyone entering his division.
It's interesting because I think the only dynamic that makes this fight competitive, in my opinion, is the difference in weight class. I think Canelo has been for a while a diminishing fighter. Call it age, call it whatever other things you want to call it, but I just think that the only reason he's even still around at this level is because he's avoided his top contenders in his weight class, so he's been able to still remain champion at that weight class. And now being champion at that weight class, it has sort of brought up this big opportunity to fight a smaller, excellent world champion in Terence Crawford. So I think when it comes to the levels of boxing, just straight from boxing perspective, I think Crawford is head and shoulders above Canelo. But they do make weight classes for a reason. Canelo is still very strong. He's a good body puncher, and he's a bigger guy naturally. So that does bring a bit of a risk to the table. I think Crawford can win the fight. I just wonder whether he can get a decision. That's always the question with Canelo, right? Can Canelo get a decision? I mean, can Crawford get a decision over Canelo? Can anybody get a decision over Canelo? We know Bebo did, but Bebo essentially won a 10-2, 11-1 fight, and they barely gave it to him.
Yeah, good point. Good point. You're Spencer.
So that's
Paulie, there's a lot made of, jumping up 2 weight divisions. We saw Sugar Ray Leonard do it against Marvin Hagler, and the greats can actually do that, can't they? And when you see them head to head, actually, Terence Crawford, he's filled out very, very well. And you're right, if it comes down to just weight division, because I think that Terence Crawford is head and shoulders above, as does Simon as well when it comes to boxing IQ and ring craft. But I go, when you look at it, and we're all talking about the weight division, that could be the factor. I don't see it being a factor.
Boxing analysts have widely criticized the notion that Terence Crawford is favored to defeat Canelo Alvarez, pointing out that much of this argument is based on Canelo's early career loss to Floyd Mayweather. At the time, Canelo was still young and far from his prime, and experts stress that this single defeat is often misused by fans to diminish his legacy. In reality, losing to Mayweather is no mark against a fighter's greatness. Many champions have shared the same experience. Mayweather retired undefeated at 50-0 and is celebrated as the greatest defensive boxer of all time. Facing such a master early in his career gave Canelo invaluable lessons that have shaped him into the elite fighter he is today. Since that defeat, analysts note, Canelo has dramatically improved, tightening his defense, sharpening his counterpunching, and evolving into a more versatile and dangerous competitor. The consensus among experts is clear. Underestimating Canelo because of his Mayweather loss is a serious mistake. That fight, rather than diminishing him, underscores his resilience, growth, and status as one of boxing's most complete champions.
Where the fuck did all of this blood hype come from? Where this video I'm watching on this internet, everybody is saying that Bud is going to smoke Canelo. Look, I get it. He said, I'm going to stomp a mud hole. He's like, told Canelo, I'm going to stomp a mud hole in your ass. Bud ain't stomping shit. He ain't stomping a mud hole in shit. He ain't think he's going to do it. It's okay to think. It's okay that is his intentions. But everybody online is believing this shit. Like forgot, like Canelo's a fucking punk. And let me tell you something. Can we be honest here? Canelo was one of the most gangster motherfuckers in boxing, bro. Bro, this is the same Canelo who had a fight and was in negotiation with some motherfucking gangsters that kidnapped his brothers at the time. And he went in there and beat the guy. Was in negotiation, ran to release your brother released from some motherfucking monsters. Y'all ain't learning. Like when Caleb played, he smacking people, getting away with it and punching people. And you see what happened when he tried to do that shit with Canelo, right? I think people ever won't do that to Canelo. See when he tried to punk Canelo, you saw Canelo did, right? When he tried to step Canelo and try to walk Canelo backwards. You see who put hands on who. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all act like Canelo some kind of person before he gets stopped on them. And y'all think that a guy, and y'all forget. Let's play Roy Jones, you must have forgot song. Like, y'all forgetting all the titles that Canelo has won, forgetting all the divisions he moved up on, and motherfuckers not being dropped, not down by any of these way bigger guys.
Timothy Bradley Jr.'s bold claim that Terence Crawford will dominate Canelo Alvarez has sparked debate, with critics highlighting the physical and experience gaps between the fighters. Canelo has proven his strength and resilience against elite opponents like Gennady Golovkin, while Crawford is moving up in weight for the first time. Analysts emphasize that Canelo's power, durability, and disciplined preparation give him a clear edge. Crawford's skill is undeniable, but size, strength, and experience at super middleweight are major factors. With Canelo refining every aspect of his game and approaching peak form, he looks ready to silence doubts and assert his dominance in the ring. Don't miss future updates. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like for all the latest boxing insights.